श्री श्री आनंदमयी मात की जय. One day, Bholanath brought home a beautiful white puppy. Gradually, it became the watchman of the home. Once it had diarrhea, and at night, whenever he felt the need to defecate, he would convey this almost like a human being. I would take him out and then bring him back in again. The pup remained ill for 3 or 4 days. His behavior was to some extent like that of a human child. He would bark when hungry and quieten down when I went to him. When he grew a little older, I noticed that he would stay out of others' sight until everyone had finished their meals, but from time to time would come in quietly to check if everyone had eaten. Once there was a frightening outbreak of cholera in Bajitpur. Bholanath too contracted the infection. He could not urinate and his condition worsened. There was no one in the home besides me. Suddenly a khayal came to me: if the nail on my left hand thumb died, Bholanath would recover. I said to myself, so be it. Slowly his condition began to improve while my thumbnail gradually stopped growing. One morning I was sitting by myself when I had a vision of this body's father suffering acutely from asthma. He could hardly breathe and appeared as if dead. He had a chronic problem with asthma. This body went to Bholanath and told him about this, to which he responded, "Do what you think will be best." In those days, I did my utmost to follow Bholanath's instructions. In cases where there was something I was unable to accomplish and felt greatly distressed, I would go and tell him about it. But then he too had come to understand this body's ways. Later that day, sitting quietly, I again envisioned myself going to my father and telling him something for his recovery. The thought came automatically: he will now live. But it also became clear to me how and when he would leave his body. When I met him later, my father told me that at that particular time he had indeed been suffering very badly from asthma in Kasba. He said that a person had visited him at that moment and told him about an amulet. On procuring and wearing the amulet, he gradually recovered. Once Ashu had high fever accompanied by blood dysentery. Bholanath was easily frightened by the smallest ailment and was also very soft-hearted. He was greatly distressed by Ashu's illness and was almost in tears. I said, "He needs nursing. What is the point in crying?" He probably thought that this body was without any feeling, or perhaps that to me Ashu was just someone else's child. In the meantime, Bholanath had to leave on official work for some other place. This body spent all her time nursing Ashu alone. The thought arose that if special care is not given, he might not live. I stayed up every night, taking him outside to the toilet several times and helping him. Ashu was then about 12 or 13 years old. After some time, he recovered. श्री श्री आनंदमयी मात की जय.